Hi everyone and welcome back to HomeHeadChef. Today we're doing a Parmesan and sage stuffed pork chop. This is a great recipe to switch up from the normal stuffed pork chops. We're going to have a nice crispy bread on the inside with spinach, Parmesan, fresh sage, some garlic, some onions. It's really great. It's going to make a great dinner and it's really simple to make. Now let's step up to the cutting board and see what we need. For this recipe we're going to need 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1/4 cup of onions, small diced, 2 cloves of fresh garlic minced, 1 cup of fresh crusty bread cut into about 1/2-inch cubes, 1 cup of fresh spinach roughly chopped, 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of fresh sage, an oil for searing the pork chops. We're also going to need salt and pepper to taste, and about 3 to 4 pork chops. And what we did here with these pork chops is we cut a nice little slit into them to make a nice little pocket to put the stuffing in. We're going to start by melting our butter. Once the butter is melted, we're going to go in with our onions. We're going to saute this up for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next we go in with our garlic and we're going to saute this up for about another 45 seconds. Next will be our spinach. We'll cook this for a couple seconds until it wilts. Next is our sage. We'll give this a few seconds as well. Now we're going to go in with our bread. We're just going to give this a nice light toast. Okay, let's get a little taste. It's good. Season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to transfer this into a bowl and we're going to head back over to the cutting board. Now we're going to add our Parmesan cheese. We're going to get this fully incorporated. Now let's get a taste to adjust the seasoning. It's perfect right there. Now we're going to take a nice healthy portion of our stuffing, gently push it back into our pork chop as far back as it will go. Now I'm going to do the rest, and we're going to want to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Now we're going to season our pork chops with some salt and pepper, and we're going to head over to the stove. Now this is the best part about this recipe is we're using the same pan. We just want to make sure that's oven safe. In the same pan, we're going to add in a few tablespoons of olive oil and get this nice and hot. Now we're going to carefully place our pork chops inside our pan. That's the sound you want to hear, and we're going to give them a sear on the one side. Now we're going to carefully flip over our pork chop. Wow, look at that. It's got some real nice color on there. Smelling great. I wish you could smell it. Flip them over, and we're going to go directly into our preheated oven for about 10 minutes or until the internal temperature hits between 140 and 145. In 10 short minutes, we had these beautiful pork chops. I really like these. We got a nice sear on the outside. You can see everything that's in the stuffing right there. Now let's plate these up. Now to plate these, we want to really show off this pork chop because I think it's beautiful. So we're just going to go dead center of the plate, just like that. Now you can eat it just like this if you want. I like to add a nice balsamic glaze drizzle on top of it. I think it adds a little bit of character, nice little pop of flavor from the balsamic. Now let's pan out and get a taste. Let's get a bite. Cutting in. Oh yeah, perfectly cooked. It's still juicy. I'm gonna get a bite of the pork chop and the stuffing, a little bit of that balsamic. I think it's safe to say that's the perfect bite. Perfect. Absolutely stunning. The pork chop is nice and juicy. It's a beautiful sear on the outside. There's so much flavor from the stuffing with the Parmesan and the sage. If you throw the balsamic glaze on top, it just helps everything pop. This is really good. You can really impress somebody with this dish. You can just make it for your family. I know they'll love it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're interested in the outdoors, check out my outdoor channel. I'll drop a link in the description. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.